Hey, what's up, everybody? It's GleeCon, and I am here rocking and rolling one more time with another episode of Lore of Warcraft. Thank you for clicking. Thank you for tuning in, and let's kick it off. This show, Lore of Warcraft, is one where we try to cover everything in the World of Warcraft universe together. We hold hands. Oh, mine's a little sweaty, but yours is nice. And we go through the experience of every book, every video, every weird lore website, every single thing possible, including long playing through a completionist version of every game. So we're in the middle of World of Warcraft Classic doing an era run, and we're going to start the Hinterlands Alliance character today, so stay a while and listen. As we kick that off, we finished Alliance last time, and the questing has been a little bit off lately, and I'll explain that as we get going here. What I wanted to do is just take a peek at our spreadsheet and see what do we have in the Hinterlands. Do I have to pick anything up? So there is lines of communication and some things that happen in the Horde. Also, ripple recovery. So we have ripple recovery and possibly lines of communication. Okay, and we'll talk about that heart in a second. But ripple recovery is right there. Now, elemental mastery. This is one that's going to take us to Sunken Temple. I'm not messing with it right now. I'm just going to let it roll. I'm pretty sure I have all my things. What's this? Yeah, see, it says a sample of earth, fire, blah, blah, blah. Which is fine, but the problem is that that chain will ultimately take us to the Sunken Temple, and it's just for gear. It's not like we're learning a power or anything, and the gear is not anything phenomenal. So I'm skipping it. If we look at Undercity, which we have to go anyway, because we have to go to the Eastern Plaguelands. I'm sorry, the Eastern Kingdoms. You'll see some other stuff, but let's start by picking up Ripple Recovery. I think everything else is okay for now. It's been a little bit of time since I played. I feel like I don't think we've done an actual episode in almost a week. Here's Ripple Recovery.
And if you're an aficionado of fine Ripple like I am, then you'll love this task. Ripple. It's a drink, you dummy. An abandoned Horde outpost is a stash of Hinterlands honey Ripple from when they were in business. You can't get fine Ripple like that anymore. One of Malton's dummy associates knows the shot, so you'll go out there and bring me a case of packaged Ripple, and 2 for my own collection. Talk to Malton. He'll fill you in on the details.
Okay, we will do that. Ripple Recovery 1, and this is going to be an easy peasy. Let's open a few more columns here as we get bam, bam, bam. I got to actually paste that. Let's go ahead and do this. Except it's going to be, actually it should be the Hinterlands. This is one of these zones that the should be in the title. Okay. And we'll spread this out. All right. And then let's pick this up. Okay. So we're setting up our questing. It was very short. It still took us 3 episodes because I messed about. And we're going to immediately turn this in just a second.
Oh, yeah. About the Ripple Dad wants. He wants to sell the Ripple to a tavern here in Orgrimmar. But we'll get more money if it is in its original packaging. I know someone who can do that, and he's in the Hinterlands where the Ripple is. But he's, a high elf. Oh, well, he's a good high elf, as he's not a part of the Alliance. Well, he's not so much a good high elf as he is a drunken high elf. He loves, and I mean loves, the hooch.
Loves the hooch. Okay. All right. So the first part of Ripple Recovery is done. Yeah, if you notice, it's pretty much about double the length.
The elf you will need to talk to is Gilvradin's Sunchaser. He can name any wine, vintage and all, just by smell alone. He can package up the Ripple we need, so you'll need to talk with him. We need 6 bottles for packaging. 2 for Dad, and however many he'll want. And believe me, he'll want some. When you've packaged the Ripple and got Dad's 2 bottles, come back here. Gilvradin's camp is near some high elf lodge in the Hinterlands, and those high elves are not good. Trust me.
All right, so this is interesting because this is one of the few experiences in the game where you actually get to find a concentrated group of high elves that are still affiliated with the Alliance. So that's kind of neat. They don't really mess with it. But this lodge, somewhere right around here. Oh, it's right there. That is a straight up high elf Alliance faction, friendly to the Alliance. So it's kind of neat. All right. So next thing we have to do is we have to head over to the Eastern Kingdoms for. I don't think there's anything else. There's Orgrim, yeah, for the Undercity. There's also Hillsbrad. So we could, but I think the undamaged. Oh, I spelled Venom wrong. Upside down M. I'm pretty sure we take that one over. Like after we get Venom bottles, we'll go over there and figure that out. Consult Master Gadrin, that's annoying. We're going to have to go back to Orgrimmar. So, whatever. It'll take us a few episodes to do this. And honestly, the majority of that's going to come from the Wild Leather Leggings. We have to grind out so many turtle scales again. It's okay. We'll do that. I'll probably do that as part of today's episode. So I am going to try to do 2 today, just to really get my... We've only done really 2 episodes this week. I've been trying to do 4 a week at least. And let's just dive right into why this week was wonky. So, Monday started out great. I had time. I dropped an episode. This, like I've told you guys many times, this is the busy time of year for me. I'm super swamped. So, that was as probably peak form this week. In a few more weeks, things will start to die down for me. But right now, we're still at the most, and this was really a peak week. So, Tuesday, I came and, yeah, whatever. It was a super busy day. It's fine. I always have that one of those baked in, no episode, bam. Wednesday, I think I did, I think it was even busier. I think Wednesday I didn't get home until super duper late. Okay, so bam, bam, bam. Thursday I did pop off a short video. I made that, or I can't remember what day I made it. So I got my 2 that I normally get for the week. Then I would try to normally get one on Friday going in, but I didn't do that this week because it was Valentine's Day. So I spent the evening with Milady. And all throughout this week, my plan has been to get these Love is in the Air. We're in the middle of the Love is in the Air events. What little time I have to play the game, I have been just slowly doing some of those quests. I did most of them. I almost got done, and the goal was for me to bust out the last couple ones that I have this morning, and then I was going to make 2 episodes today where we run through both. The quest line itself is very easy. The only thing that's time-consuming is there's a repeatable quest where you can package up all of these gifts from all of the capital cities, and then if you get all of the capital cities packages, you package them into one major gift, and then you can donate it to this little Cupid goblin. And then the winner of it all gets to, the winner being the one who the most players, the faction leader who the most players have done that for, gets to have 1 extra week where you can continue to turn in the Love is in the Air things to him. So there are still hearts over a lot of the people in Orgrimmar because Thrall won for the Horde. And I don't know who won for the Alliance, if anyone. It says Bolvar Fordragon. I guess that's the leader for the Alliance. So maybe I don't remember seeing. I think maybe Thrall won. I'm not sure. It doesn't really super duper matter because the end of the event is upon us, and you can't actually complete the quest line. So now this is 2 world events in a row. The Lunar Festival and now the Love is in the Air event that have really screwed me over. So that was my plan yesterday. I was like, oh, I didn't quite get time to finish it. So I thought I'd finish it this morning, but I would make up for it by putting both Love is in the Air episodes out today. And I woke up and it's gone. So that sucks. It does extend. We were already going to have to come back and visit this game next January for the Lunar Festival. regardless if we've made it to retail or not by then, or at least made it to Burning Crusade. And now we're going to have to do it for 2 reasons, because we're going to have to also visit again in February, but they kind of overlap, so that's the small silver lining. But I mean, lesson learned for me, I've got to get up and get on these events. Now, if you look at the actual, let's just duplicate this one for a second. If you look at the actual quests and you tie them into world events, there, oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 7. We did successfully complete Winter Veil. We just failed at Lunar Festival and Love is in the Air. Darkmoon Fair is year-round, so I'm not worried about it. That leaves Children's Week, Hallows End, which is Halloween, and Midsummer, which is Midsummer. So I don't know when Children's Week begins. So classic WoW Children's Week. Let's just pre-plan. I was going to say I thought it was kind of... So it's May-ish. Early May is when our next event. We should be stronger by then. Strong enough. I hope there's... I don't know how many quests there actually are. But the achievements that you would get were annoying. Alright, so we're looking for... Let's see... Lines of communication. That's the one we need. Okay, right, yeah. And then there's a quest called Orin's Gratitude. So I don't know if we go there and back. I'm not sure. But all the rest we can pretty much handle out there. We also need the chicken. But look, we got the egg. So I can actually... We can pick this one up right now too. Find OOX9HL. We already got lucky and got this drop. You have uncovered some sort of strange egg-shaped device made from metal. Fiddling with one of its knobs springs the egg to life as it opens up into some sort of gnomish robotic contraption. A voice from inside the robotic egg crackles to life. My name's Oglethorpe Ognonicus, and my homing robot has crashed. I will reward you for its recovery. Please take this beacon to the robot. I now have computed the coordinates of the robot for you. It crashed at the head of the river near Skulk Rock. Perfect. Okay, so we might as well, once I get out of the elevator and we get on the flight path, go ahead and mess about with that too. So, yeah. We are lucky. We'll have no grinding needed for that. That's good. But I forgot about the first me. I should put that thing on the... I don't know. I might save it for myself for RP purposes. I don't know. So anyway, yeah, that's... I guess we have a month and a half-ish to figure that out and hopefully get our characters higher level. And I think we'll be okay. I mean, we're already level 50, so we're doing pretty good. Alright, so we just picked up the Find 009HL, OOX, whatever. Oh, I forgot to do Ripple Recovery too. But that we picked that bad boy up. Okay. And then this Find 0OX09HL. We have that already because we got lucky and already had it in our bag.
The Quel'Daniel Lodge is a center of communication for the High Elves of the Hinterlands. Their ambassadors are working to establish relationships with other races with whom they share their knowledge of the Witherbark trolls that inhabit the area in the southern hinterlands. All of the documents regarding the communications are kept at the lodge. We don't need the High Vale building alliances with others, adventurer. Destroy the High Vale documents. We need to burn their lines of communication, literally.
Okay, so literally, I guess we're gonna go fight those high elves. So now we actually have a couple reasons. So it's interesting that what the side characters are interested in this zone, not the people living in the hinterlands, but the Alliance and the Horde, they both want us to fight these high elves. one of the very small, so far the only actual collection of high elves that have been present to fight. And we've found isolated ones here and there. Okay, so we're going out to Ravan Tusk Village. And so we just picked up another one. All right. Lines of communication. Okay. So we will be picking up a lot of other quests too on this one. And like I said, I'm going to make a second episode today for sure. I just don't know what time will allow. So if I have to, the second episode is going to be a shorty, but at least I'll produce that out there. All right. So when looking at the Love is in the Air, I started them, like I said, I cut off right there, but so there's a breadcrumb called Dearest Kalara or Dearest Elenia. It's pretty easy. It just takes you to the person that starts it's a 6 or 7 quest line, and it's very easy. It's just really designed to familiarize yourself with the mechanics of Love is in the Air. So the mechanics involve basically innkeepers sell cologne and perfume. And for some reason, the guards around the city, random guards and NPCs, have these little hearts above their head. And if you have the opposite gender item, so if you have perfume or cologne, I wonder if that's changed too, because it is only... I don't know. I guess it's not. I was going to say, you could be like, well, why do men only like perfume and the women only respond to the cologne? But then again, it doesn't matter what gender your character is. You're going to put I just wonder with the whole politics of everything, if World of Warcraft has altered that for retail. It's been a while. I have done all of them. I've done every single quest related to a world event on retail. I have every achievement for that. I have the What a Long Strange Ship It's Been. I've done the Children's Week. If you do it for 3 years in a row, you get all the pets. I've done all that. Even though I haven't played retail in about a year. It's not true. I probably played about 6 months ago with my wife, but I haven't really got into it on my own. But anyway, so you purchase the cologne and the perfume. You apply it to yourself. If you're wearing perfume, you can interact with males. If you're wearing cologne, you can interact with females. You give them these Valentine's Day cards, and they will then go on a very quick timer. Sometimes it's as short as 20-ish seconds. It's never more than about a minute, and the thing will accept again. The first one that you turn into will always give you an adored debuff that lasts 1 hour, and it does not decay when you're offline. So it has to be 1 hour of active playing, and they will give you a random Valentine's related parcel of all of the different goods. So you can get love targets, which are basically like advanced targeting dummies, but Valentine's themed. You could get arrows that allow you to basically shoot someone, and then they have a little companion Cupid goblin. You can get flower petals. You can get some chocolates. You can get which provide nice buffs. That's the real part where the meta people pursue the event for, is for these chocolate buffs. Oh, there's probably a couple other things I'm forgetting. And you get these rings. And the rings allow you get a handful of them. Depends on how many there are. Usually, I've gotten as few as 2. I've gotten as high as around 5. And those rings allow you to cure the broken hearts of others. So, more on that in a second. And I guess I'll be going over this again in a year, but for those of you that have recently experienced it or were like, I skipped it, but what's it all about? So then what you do is you can proceed to go around and try to give tokens. So what you do first is the first quest this is all building up to the gift-giving repeatable quest, which is what the world event's really about. Dangerous Love basically says, hey, there is something going on here. Go talk to this guy about it. Okay, we'll talk more about it in a few. So here is Ravantusk Village. We're going to really explore it properly this time, and we'll start by picking up from Khatum the Angler a few things.
Fishing is just so pleasant, man. You know, I owe my state of bliss to my mentor, the greatest angler in the whole world, Nat Pagel. Have you heard of him, Mum? If you be looking for enlightenment, Nat Pagel will be the one who's going to show you the way.
Snapjaws, man. We're going to start this because we're going to grind turtles right now.
Don't let their big eyes fool you, man. Those saltwater snapjaws be a menace. I can't fish for 5 minutes without getting a broken line from one of those oversized fish vacuums stealing my bait. Do me and the people of Ravantusk Village a service and kill 'em, man. Kill the whole lot of them.
Also, this is a horde-only quest, but it gives you a plus 25 fishing rod. In my opinion, it's probably the best fishing rod out there. And there's Gamaritamon.
Yo, there'll be a turtle out there not like the others. She be the Gamarita, leader of the saltwater snapjaws, a downright dirty, thieving reptile. Mon, she stole my best lure, snapped it right off my line. Since then, the fish just aren't biting the same. Find Gamarita and get my lure out of her stomach.
Okay, and she pats. We've seen her 1,000 times, even on this show. Okay, and we can buy some baubles and stuff from him. He's also a fishing trainer, but of course, we don't need that. We're going to probably fish today, too. Fishing is 245. It should be 250, so we need 5 points of fishing. Let's do it right now. I think we can successfully fish. It'd be nicer if we had that new rod, but yeah, screw it. Let's see how we get. Now, is this the character that I had some... No, I was going to say, I think I have some night crawlers. If not, we can buy them right here in the village. But I really think at 245, we should hopefully be pretty good. If we get some failures, we'll wait until we get that new fishing rod. We'll go do that other thing first. Did get away. Yikes. Okay. So we'll come back in a moment. Or at least I'll buy some. What was that? Snapjawsmon and Gamaritamon. Alright, so Snapjawsmon and Gamaritamon. Snapjawsmon's actually a more difficult quest because I don't know why. I was going to say but I don't know why. Gamarita is tougher. It's an elite. But maybe she's a little bit lower, but she is an elite. Okay? Alright, so I'm either going to, if we find some night crawlers, I'll buy some there. We've done it here. We've fished and played in this area. Alright, so here's Innkeeper Lard. Lard lost his lunch.
Lord keep peace here. Lord also sell fish. One fish? Lord was speak secret special spot having picnic when ugly mean Valbranch hit Lord with a big stick. Lord went back to Ravantusk but forget Lord lunch. Lord hungry. Maybe you go back to secret special spot and get Lord lunch? Not scared. Go north. Island to the north is the special secret spot.
It's actually fine. Nope. But there's like a I think like some waves of mobs come on this one. Okay, so nothing special really. Go ahead, you can have my single zesty clam meat. Lard lost his lunch, and we've picked up his quest. These are all the tougher ends of the quests. I think the easier ones are spread throughout the zone. Okay, we've got a Watcher, and maybe something upstairs. So far, no. This is where we'll get all of the elite quests. Okay, this is Primal Torntusk.
Welcome to Ravantusk Village, stranger. I am Primal Torntusk, leader of the Ravantusk Trolls.
Kidnapped Elder Torntusk.
My mate was taken by vile branch savages in a bold midnight raid on a village. Our spies have told me that he is still alive and being held prisoner atop Jinda Lore. The vile priestess Hex is said to be preparing him for a sacrifice to the faceless blood god Hakar. You must save him, Gleek and so.
Our village could not stand a loss this great.
You be careful, man.
Okay, so kidnapped Elder Torntusk. That one is not too bad. And we need to go up there for a few reasons, including the hammer. We're not going up there until we get the hammer from the other spot. Dark Vessels.
Bye-bye now.
The Vile Branch fight with supernatural ferocity. This is due to the foul magical weavings of the Vile Priestess Hex. Draw Gentile Lord, you'll find dark vessels of tainted blood. The vessels radiate the foul magic of the faceless blood god, empowering the Vile Branch and also driving them to madness. Steal those vessels and return them to me so that I may remove the taint and ultimately loosen the grip of the blood god. Okay, that one's kind of easy, but it does require you to actually run around and do the zone. Called Dark Vessels. We won't do this today. This will be the finale when we finally go do this, but because it takes a lot of time to do all the quests. You're gonna need at least 3 people, and it makes it almost like a little mini dungeon to really clear, because you got to pretty much clear the whole thing. All right, what do we have over here? Okay, so we'll look in the central clearing first, and then I'll work my way along that side. So we just have a couple people, raptors. Here's another dude, Vile Branch hooligans.
What do you look? If it's broke, Slagtree can fix it. Vile Branch scum invaded our village and stole my tools. I have backup tools, but the set they stole was a gift given to me by a kind-hearted gnome that saved my life when I was a young orc. I want those tools back, adventurer. They mean the world to me. Markor reported that the tools were spotted near the Agolwatha and Shalwatha temples. Those temples are in the northeastern region of the Hinterlands. Recover my tools.
I think what can happen is that they can spawn at a few different spots. What's it called? Vile Branch hooligans. It's not really that tough. It's just that there's a few of the small camps that can open it. He also can sell some things, and he's a repair guy for us. Oh, look, here's an ammunition vendor just chilling in the back. I didn't know that guy existed. Okay, for you hunters out there. I will stay away from the voodoo. Okay. Back over to this side, we have some more little tents and areas. Okay, here is the stable master, Huntsman Markor, and he's got a bunch of quests. Zul'jin shall return one day, Turin. Mark my words. Until then, we'll hold our positions and do what we can to keep the Forestro population intact. With that said, as Master Huntsman of Ravantusk Village, it is my responsibility to ensure that the world around us is safe for habitation. The beasts in this area must be kept in check. Are you looking for work? Stalking the stalkers. Many brave trolls have been lost to the harsh wilds in the Hinterlands Turin. The Silvermane wolves are one of the biggest threats to our hunters. They lay in wait, hiding amongst the bushes and landscape, then strike out when the opportunity presents itself. This type of ferocity will not go unchecked. You must think like the Silvermane. Stalk the stalkers. Slay them all. Okay. So that's those little wolves that are invisible, which is good. We need some of those while we're, especially even when we're with our chicken, we'll probably kill some. Hunt the savages. Among the more unrelated wildlife of the hinterlands are the savage owl beasts. Many a good Ravantusk warrior has been lost to the ferocious claws and beak of the beasts. Kill every savage owl beast you see, Turin. Return to me when you can stand no more bloodshed. Your contribution would then be weighted, measured, and judged. Okay? So that's just killing owl beasts. That's easy. And we have to kill some also when we escort our chicken. So it's fine too. Avenging the Fallen. The filth that calls itself Wildhammer trains Griffin to slay Troll. Horrible, I know, but worry not, justice will soon be meted out. For now I want you to focus on eradicating the elder griffins of the region. They're known as Sky Lords. Slay one and return to me with its plume. That one's not that hard, actually. You just find one in your explorations out there and bring it back. Pretty easy. They're less common, but they're not that hard to find. We'll see what. Separation anxiety.
Later.
Like many in our village, I too have lost a loved one to the wilds. Alas, it was my twin brother Malcor, taken in the same raid as Tontusk's mate by the Vile Branch. Sadly, he was not fated to live and was given a swift, brutal execution. Here his remains fed to the oozes and wolves of the Vile Branch. It is too late to save his life, but not too late to save his soul. Recover his remains, Gleekan's soul. Alright, so there are a couple parts. Yeah, his remains are spread. That's one of the quests for the elites. It's not very hard, but again, it's part of that full clear. It's near the top. There's a couple spots you just have to get bones from. It's easy to forget to do that one. Okay, we have 2 wanted posters right here. Jobs lost and found. Jobs lost and found and wanted. Wanted Vile Priestess Hex and her minions. By order of Primal Torntusk, Vile Priestess Hex and her minions are to be brought to justice. A grand reward is offered for any that slay the Vile Priestess Hex and all of her Amanzazi elite guard. So it's a very good caster back. Better than what we have. Or quite a nice necklace. They're both very nice. If you're a DPS, this is one of the best necklaces. That's going to be a tough call for us because that's a great healing cape. Cross that bridge when we get there. Wanted Vile Priestess Hex and her minions. That is a great one, though. Great reward on that. It's causing us to open, for me to spread my sheet because that's longer. Job opening Guard Captain of Ravantusk Village. Oh, what was that even? Yeah, we have to kill Vile Priest Hex and 20 of the Anzazi guards, which are the ones at the very top of the temple. Job opening Guard Captain of Ravantusk Village. With the loss of Guard Captain Malcor, the position of Guard Captain of Ravantusk is once again open. If you're interested in becoming Captain of the Guard for Ravantusk, complete the following tasks and submit your application to Primal Torntusk. Exterminate Vile Branch Berserkers, exterminate Vile Branch Shadow Hunters, exterminate Vile Branch Blood Drinkers, exterminate Vile Branch Soul Eaters. So that's 80 guys plus the other 20, so that's why this is also a long time. You have to kill at least 100 mobs. So this is basically like a dungeon. So Guard Captain of Ravantusk Village. What was the reward on that one? I want to look because... Oh, it's a very nice trinket. 20 attack power and chance to hit by 1%. Dope trinket. Worth it. Okay, here's Otho Mojiko. I've got all the cooking supplies you ever need, man. Message to the Wildhammer. The Wildhammer be striking up deals with their enemies, forging new alliances. This time they be working with the High Elves, man. Otho spits. Tuh. We've been needing to send those Wildhammer dwarves a message in the blood of our enemies. Slaughter every Highvale High Elf that you come across. Lead their bodies as a warning. Never mess with the trolls. 15 of each type of those. 60 High Elves we have to kill. Yikes. It's not hard, that's just time consuming. This is not, so not only do we have more quests here, but they're long. This is a long set of quests. But there's really not a lot of like chains. This is just go do the quests. At the top here we have these guys drumming. Also, I have not found a trade person to get me some night crawlers yet. Alright, here's a reagent vendor with another quest.
Hey there.
Mystical goods and commodities is my business, stranger.
Cannibalistic cousins.
Spirits be with
3 different tribes of trolls inhabit the Hinterlands Gleekan Soul. That is about as far as the similarities between the tribes extends. We're all trolls, and we live in the Hinterlands. The Vile Branch, aptly named, are a depraved lot, feeding on other trolls and humanoids. If Zul'jin was here, he would have destroyed the whole lot of them with a flick of his wrist. Alas, Zul'jin has not yet returned, and we are left to our own devices. It is up to you to destroy the filth of the region.
We need 30 scalpers and 15 soothsayers.
be good.
Okay, so again, just killing lots of dudes. Okay, so that was called Cannibalistic Cousins. A lot of quests. Also, our quest log is jam-packed full right now. 18 quests. She's a reagent vendor though too. Our onks. I need a few of those. Okay. What else do we got here? All that's left is no nothing. So there were no trade vendors in this place? That's not true. Somehow I'm missing something. I really thought that's reagent. Cooking supplier. Stable. I thought there was people somewhere. Blacksmithing. Ammunition. Is there really no trade suppliers? No place to buy. I could have sworn there was a place to buy night crawlers in here. Stable master. This dude by himself. And this guy is a fishing. Oh, he's got the fishing supplies on him. Duh.
Me got the good stuff, man.
Doikey. Alright. Okay, now I'll do a little fishing. Just need 5 points to be caught up, and then we are at 250 of 300. And our overall... Our first aid's pretty high, but we need to keep collecting rune... whatchamacallit? Mage Weave. So that we can... This is where I maxed out my Mage Weave on my other character. Because... I spent so much time killing the Wild Hammer trying to get that egg to drop. But we'll be fine. Alright, so... After this is going to be a kind of a setup and grind episode. So we got so many quests now. Yeah, see the Kidnapped Elder Torntusk? It's like a multi-part thing. At the end of it, we're going to need to get the dumb egg. We're going to have to come back here for the egg and for the spider at the end. But if you look, there's a few other quests. There's... Nah, those don't really matter. The only one that really is not going to be replaced is Venom Bottles will lead to 1. And Ringy is trapped. So everything else is fine. So we have space for 2, and there are 2 other quests out there. I like it when we get the winter squid. We are a little bit 1, 2, 3, 4. We are getting high towards the end of the game, so it's around 10. There are around... Oh, Black Pearl. Around 10 casts per thing, so it does take us a little pinch of time. Let's see, can we cook any of this stuff? The squid is good because that gives us a really good buff, so I will cook that up, even though we're maxed out on cooking. That's the only profession I think we might be maxed out on herbalism too. We'll have to check that in a second. I mean, the mite... Okay, we got 1 point of fishing. 4 to go. The mite fish is good because that gives you good stam. Yellowtail is not even worth cooking. And neither is the clams. So the zesty clam meat, and that's all fine. See, baked salmon, I don't even need that. It does nothing. Lobster stew. Don't need that. Mite fish, though, that's a good one. But even that, like... 10 stam. We're already getting that from this guy. That's 10 stam. It just restores less. I guess it heals less quickly while you're eating it. All right, so I'm going to do about 90 minutes today on this episode, since I'm going to try to bust out 2 today. So let's also take a peek here. Okay, so 2 things. I wanted to look at my other skills. Leatherworking is lagging a pinch behind. And skinning is maxed, so that's good. I don't know why I said herbalism before. Weapon skills don't really matter with this character because we're a druid. Alright. So that just means leatherworking is what we have to look at. And we need these different things. We need 2 turtle scale helms. Actually, I don't even need that open. 2 turtle scale bracers and 2 wild vine. I don't have the wild vine, but we might get that because there are trolls in this area. So I'm not gonna run out of hope on those. Because alright, so let's just see the 2 helms and the 2 bracers that we need. So, turtle scale helm. Where's turtle scale bracers? Okay. So the thick leather will be okay on. We do need a total of 16 for that. And okay, that's a second point of fishing, 3 to go. Plus we need 28. So 44 total leather. And then we need 24 and double that. So we need 72 total scales. That's a lot of scales. So we need 72 turtle scales and 44 leather plus 2 wild vine to make the turtle scale items. And then that will allow us to be done with the wild leather leggings set quest. That will also bring us up, hopefully, to 241 on our... which will allow us to learn the tough scorpion shoulders, not the leggings, or the wild leather boots yet. Yikes. We got a stone scale eel. So what the heck else? I mean, the nightscape pants... See, those just take too much the wild helmet set, they're just a lane. Those are 14. Those all require, see, that requires Flask of Mojo. We might get some of that too. So that's only 8. So leveling up with the big voodoo mask, if we get the Flask of Mojo, that's a good one. If we get some wild vine, we could use it. Because we basically need to level up our leatherworking as well. That's just green, that's too much. These, we don't have the scorpion scales and the turtle scales aren't worth it. That's ridiculous trying to build with that. And those require elixirs, which I don't want to buy. So it's really all about either if we can get some of this voodoo, if we can get some of the mojo, or we get some more wild vines beyond the 2 we need, we can help boost it up a little bit. We're going to be at 41. I don't really know how much thick leather. We're going to just be grinding it out. And right now, I don't think we have any heavy leather. We need every 6 gives us a thick. Hides are okay. Okay. And the trainer, I guess, is... But I kind of feel like that trainer wasn't ready. All right, that was our 3rd point of fishing. 2 to go. Yeah, I am bummed about that. Love is in the air, though. I truly, truly thought it was going to go better. This is going to get a chance to do it today. So finishing off talking about that. So the next quest in the chain... I'm going to actually pull it up because I want to keep it when it's fishing, but I want to look at let's just pick that up. Let's start. I just want to figure out the quest line. Okay. All right, so basically, Dangerous Love is the first quest after the breadcrumb. Dangerous Love, the guy basically says, get a guard. So you have to get a card from a guard in a city. So the way that you do it is you buy the perfume or cologne, and then you go to the gender that likes that perfume or cologne, and you offer them a token. So you also have to buy a pack of Valentine's Day cards. It's very cheap. It's a few copper for a 10 stack. And if it's your first time, you get the Adored buff. Like I was saying, where it lasts an hour. It means that you can't get said buff again, and you get a little package of presents. After that, anytime that you complete it, you have roughly about the odds are pretty good. Let's see, altogether you need about 50 turn-ins. And I would say you have about a 90% chance of it going okay, but there's about a 10% chance, just having done this on both accounts. You have about a 10% chance of getting the worst part of the thing, which is a debuff called Broken Heart. If you're broken-hearted, you cannot complete Love is in the Air things again for an hour. And the I think my lure just wore off, so might have to buy another one. You cannot complete them for an hour, and it's annoying because it doesn't decay offline. Okay, we are 249. We just need one more point of fishing. And you can't turn Valentine's Day cards into guards anymore after that. Like, you're basically screwed. You can't participate for an hour. The only way out of it is if someone uses one of those rings I mentioned where you get, say, like from 2 to 5. Someone uses one of theirs on you. That's the only way. So it's not conducive to doing this on an episode. Offline, if you were to just work on it all throughout the week and you just play and then just every time your hour's up or whatever, then it's fine, because you're gonna get, if you want to be able to do the gift giving quest, you need about 50 turn-ins, maybe a little more. Chances are you're gonna get brokenhearted 5 bad RNG more times. So you're gonna need 5 rings used on you. I was able to, just by begging, get people through, and that was my plan for the show. The best way would be to work with somebody as a partnership, because then you at least have a few built in, could run around with each other and help out. That will at least get you through the start. Even better would be like if you found like a party of 5 and everybody ran around doing it that way. Or if you had, because then RNG is gonna balance out the more you have. Great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need about 5 more casts, only 4 or 5, so I don't want to buy the lure, but it is wasting a little time. All right, so anyway, the other times, oh my gosh, I just had 3 in a row get away. The other thing, what will happen though, if you don't get a broken heart and have to go through that whole annoying process of begging chat for someone to heal your broken heart, is you'll get an item. If you go to a civilian, you're going to get a civilian item. They always give the same thing. You go to a guard, you're either going to get a pledge of loyalty to that city, or you're going to, oh my gosh, 4 in a row, I just failed. Or you're going to get a Valentine's Day card in return from that guard. And you can control, it's about 50-50. Oh my gosh, literally just 5 in a row got away. So annoying. Okay, I mean, I guess I'm gonna have to buy. So you go and basically, that's it. I gotta buy one. So I guess you cannot. It's ridiculous. So that means also, like, I don't even know what it takes, what it's gonna take, but obviously, like at a 250 something fishing, you still have a very, very bad chance, very low chance of catching fish out here in Hinterlands. Like, okay. So yeah, so basically you go and you get the card and you go turn it into the guy. That's step one. Step two is such and such a person's hunch. He's like, I think something's weird. Why don't you go get the perfume and cologne and go turn it into like an alchemist, basically, NPC in the city. So you do that, and he's like, it's just what I thought. The third quest in the series, he says, this is kind of weird. There's something going on with these perfumes and colognes. Odd. So basically go back and tell him you're onto something here. Then there's tracing the source. So you got to find out, where is this coming from? Okay, we've done our fishing. Okay, so let's buy some cooking supplies so I can cook up some of the better fish, the ones that I want the buffs from. I need 5 soothing spices for my squid. And 7 more for my mite fish. That's it. I don't need to cook the others because I'm going to sell the other ones. Those are all good buffs. I mean, the stone skill eel are good for selling, but they're really, that's for alchemy. I mean, I guess I could send them to my alchemist. So I'll save them for now. Because I believe they're really good for certain potions. So anyway, basically says you go to the innkeeper and you try to figure it out. And she goes, well, I've seen a lot of guards hanging out at such and such a spot. So then she sends you there. It's a breadcrumb. And then you go to that spot. And then that is the final quest. It's called The Source Revealed. And there is a guy, an apothecary, by kind of near Ravenholt Manor. And I don't know if you're supposed to kill him at the end or what the deal is. Because I didn't get to the very end. Yeah, so I don't know exactly. But, I thought I read somewhere that there's, like, then more stuff you have to do. Not more stuff, but, like, maybe you have to kill that guy? I don't know. We'll look into it in a minute. Or later, or whatever. Or next year. We're screwed on that, so. Alright, so now we're going to go out and kill turtles. It just says he's very hard to find. That's all I'm really reading online. And I don't know if you have to kill him or not. Okay, so we have a lot of turtles to kill, including Gamarita. And yeah. I'm going to do that. There's a regular old turtle. Okay. And we're going to skin these bad boys. Okay. And see how it goes. So now some grinding. We're going to spend about... We might not get all of it done. But we're going to spend about 30 minutes grinding these turtles. Remember, we needed 40 something. I guess I'll look that up again because I already forgot. Okay. We needed... Did not get one there. We need 24... Yeah. So we need 72? Holy cow. We need 72 turtle scales. And typically you get, like, out of every third turtle, you'll get a couple scales. So basically you get about every 1.5 turtles, you get one. So that means we would need to kill somewhere in the ballpark of 100 turtles. So we're not going to be grinding high elves, but we've got our own burden to bear on this character. Come on. Gotta heal. I need auto clam opener. Okay, we got one scale that time. Ba, 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 ba. And we have all kinds of good food to eat. This is our life now. So I guess I'll peek while we're doing it. See if I can figure out what do you have to do. I guess, I don't know, like, it doesn't say anything about having to kill him. Yeah, so I don't think you have to do anything. I just think you go find him. Okay, we didn't get any turtle scales naturally. So we got 2. All right, so we're at 1 for 1 right now. We've killed 3 turtles. We've gotten 3 scales. Bully for us. All right, I guess I don't know. Guess I'll try to drop at least. I'm on the fence. I don't know. Like, a lot of mana to not drop anything. I don't really also have very much juice, so I don't have good mana rejuvenation. Got a thick hide. Okay, let's see. What do we want? Let's go with... I guess the cooked glossy whitefish. Give myself a little extra stamina. I don't really need a lot right now. Oh, that's another thing, I guess. You bite it and you instantly get the buff, so that's pretty cool. I think that's more useful like in a raid or dungeon situation when you just don't want people to... Someone's fighting these turtles also on their own. I think probably it's not even useful. I'm not going to use the flame shock. It does help kill him faster, but... Yeah, see, these people are out here. Tauren, Shaman, and Undead Mage. Why are they killing? I don't know. Okay, we got a thick leather. Also, yeah, how's our leather sitch going? We've got 14. I think I said I needed 44 of those. Something I only needed 44 on. These turtle skills are annoying. It'd be nice if my character just, you know, started doing more. Started getting better at killing. Got a rugged leather, so that's part of our issue too. Is you know what I see though? A lot of free real estate over there. So they're killing those turtles, but they're not skinning them. That's actually better for me. That's dodging. Lame. On our next level up, when I get to 51 too, I'm going to finish the title mastery. Then I'm going to get nature's swiftness, which is nice. That's just like a single healer's get out of jail free, though. Then it'll still be 4 more. 4 more that I need. 4 more to get to the next tier, because the final tier is purification. Look at all these turtles. Nice. So this is actually good. That's going to help me. No? Okay. Oh, I can be in wolf form. Okay, I got 1 scale. See if I can kill these a little skin these a little faster. 2 more scales. So that's 3 free scales from their killing. 4 free. 5 free. So that's good. Can't complain about that. And look, there's a few more up here, up the coast. I mean, maybe they're just killing for the quest and maybe they're already done, but... Okay, so we ended up getting 6 free turtle scales for all that. I can't complain. Yeah, the only problem is that these stronger buffs with only lasting 10 minutes. I don't know. 15 was already low for the buff, and just don't know what the thinking is. Maybe because you're moving on more from pack to pack. I just feel like it's supposed to be like raid or dungeon food. And that's another person. What's their name? Sheldon Long. Hi, Sheldon. There's Gamarita. We're going to go kill her in a second, too. But for her, I feel like we will get ourselves all set up nice. We'll get some totems going, because she's a 48 elite. $6,700. So she's more than double the skill level of what we're currently dealing with. Come on. Come on. Why can't you hit him? Lame. We did get a turtle scale from it. We're up to 14. Alright. We're going to go with this, and... Okay, so we got all the totems going. Got to save the rest for healing. Might have been a bad idea. Because mana's low already. Don't have any mana potions either. Yikes. Yeah. No, and yeah, I'm already out. Okay, so this was a bad idea. I need to be at full. Because then I can afford to... yeah. Kind of screwed right now. If I was at full, I could afford to keep a couple more lightning shields going. And that's another, basically 900... that's another 900 damage. And when you're fighting something that's, 6,000 life, 900 damage is not nothing. That is so close, I got lucky as heck. Okay, I'm gonna run a little bit and then hope I can... Yikes. I don't think I have any healing potions. Oh, I do have one. Okay. Alright, good. Dang, it freaking critted me. Jeez. I need to be able to hit it with the frost shock to kite it some. No, it reset. That's lame. Okay. Alright, I'm eating this salmon instead to heal me. Dang, I screwed that up. That was close. And I did use a potion, but... And now I use this Rumsy Rum thing. So that's good. Oh, I forgot I had these mince cakes from Christmas still. Let's eat that just to shore up my whole buff. Yeah, I'm out of everything. Okay. Alright, so here we go. Bang. Bang. Okay. So now let's try to combo both. Like I said, that lightning will really help. The fact that I can keep the lightning shield going. And yeah, we'll use that stun where it's available. Okay. See, already it's a little better. But now I'm out of it. Okay. Okay, it's gonna be tough. I do have a potion available. Come on. Come on. Super close. Got it. Whew. Okay, so that little girl's annoying. We did get 3 turtle scales from her, though. So 17. So if I was just looking at this stuff, we could make 1 bracer and we're at 5 into the next one. But dang, not even enough for 1 helmet yet. Okay. Alrighty. Survived that. That was a little tricky. A little annoying. Looking for a brave adventurer to climb to Ragefire Chasm. Had a little bit of a sneeze there, guys. Sorry. I'm telling you that. I don't know if this is true for your neck of the woods, but the pollen is off the charts right now. It's just straight redonkulous pollen levels. Okay. Good, we got another couple. Love it. Oh, we got an iridescent pearl. Those are quite nice. Off the chart. All right, so that's where Lard's lunch is up there too, by the way. So we can slowly fight our way up there. Because we don't even need to log, you know, this is part of our journey. All this killing, and even with the free ones that we found, and we still are... We still have plenty of... Yikes. Okay, we haven't even killed all of our snapjaws yet for the quests. Alright, I'm going to eat one of these fruit cakes again. I guess we're going to eat them till we can't eat no more. But those are actually very nice. Nice if we could just buy those year round. But yeah, we still need 4 turtles. So when we come back in, we'll get a chance. We're going to work our way around here. We're actually going to probably work our way in a smooth way and then get the venom bottles and all that stuff. Because those are actually the easier parts. We're actually starting with some of the hardest quests by starting over on this side. Somebody, they must have just dropped a buff, a world buff, because people are complaining, and that's what we do. I don't see anyone. Look at that guy's big old shoulders. Why people are like this? I don't know why people are like this. I mean, it's a whole... I think it's just in the game world, you just... So easy to just make a snap decision and then be like, I mean, I've done it on this show where I'm just like, I was kind of a douche right there. And you gotta learn, you know, you just gotta realize, take a minute. Don't, myself, I have to learn too. Don't give right into the impulse control. Whether that's joining in a conversation, you know, when people start talking about politics or religion or whatever, and then you're like, well, it didn't help anything, and I probably just made everybody on the not part of the percentage of the world that agrees with me think I'm an idiot or a jerk or annoying or whatever. Not to say that there's never a spot for that. But what are you going to do? What are you going to accomplish? I've never talked to one person that's been like, man, you really changed my mind about stuff in the game. And I mean, there's certain things. Like when people put out an appeal to being a better person, that works on me. I like the reminders. I like being reminded to be a better person. If it's done in a positive, thoughtful way and not like a be better, jerk. 2 more scales. 22, man. Yeah, we're not even I think we're close to becoming a third of the way there. I think we're going to go with dragon leatherworking. I think that's best for male. I don't really know how awesome leatherworking is going to be ultimately as a profession for our character end game style. But because like with the blacksmithing, there are some really cool pieces that sell for a lot that will be nice upgrades for ourselves. So I am confident that that one will ultimately pay off. I am not as confident that this is going to pay off at all. Also, it's so annoying to get some of the things you need. I can't imagine though doing this like on like self-found mode or whatever. Like so much of the stuff is just not viable ever. Like you'd have to level like every single profession separately. And I don't even know. See, one of the leatherworking people I think is right. I thought was right here. Okay, I guess not. I thought one of the leatherworking guys was up there. The only reason why I'm making my way up here is because there's that Lord lost his lunch. And I feel like we can try that one. Wolverine! Oh my. An X-Man. We just saw an X-Man. That's cool. Yeah, I didn't play any of this with my wife this week, but I'm probably going to play some tonight. So we'll get to finally continue my journey as a healing paladin. There are some... You know, this is a flawed project. I realized there's a quest we missed today. So now that I'm doing my research more. Okay, so there's a quest right here called one of these two zones, I can't remember, called Report to Kadrak. So it's a breadcrumb quest that leads you up to this guy. Once you complete it once, then oh no. Yikes. Once you complete old Report to Kadrak one time, oh, they were escorting the chicken, because I just saw them, chicken portal, they ported, I don't know. It's time for another thing. Yeah, once you complete that quest once, it disappears, and in Questy doesn't show it anymore. Oh no, Gamarita, don't ruin my thing. Gotta move off. But in reality, the second version of the quest that appears right there can be picked up and turned in again, even though Questy will remove it, until you then go do the Warsong reports. So, because we completed all of the Baron's quests before ever doing Stone Talon, we did that, including the Warsong reports, which then created, it omitted the opportunity to ever do Report to Kadrak, the second one, again. So, there are little situations like that where without doing extensive research and going, even with my dry runs, I still missed that. So there's technically a quest, and we covered it by talking, but we never did it, and we could have. But I did do it today, so account-wide, yes. I'm still checking those boxes, but it doesn't help for this channel. Just a little something to learn. You just never know. Hopefully there are better mods. I really do want to mess with... There's just so many other games I want to play too. That is a legitimate problem with my life. Things just keep coming out, you know. I have lots of really cool Switch games and another turtle scale. Alright, we're gonna have to get going on this is kind of tough when we go up here to do this Lord quest. This is where we got our pirate backpack. I want to at least try this. Lord lost his lunch. And then we'll just start working our way back down the shore, killing more. We're at 24 turtle scales. One helmet worth. That's the island there. And I don't remember, I think it's waves of Naga or waves of Murlocs that you fight. So we are going to need to go on there. Eat, drink, and be merry. Drop totems. going to be a bit of a setup. It's going to be a thing. And I kind of remember it. I kind of think it was sort of hard when I did it on my character. I think I might have died, but then like, but completed it like and was able to res and then come back and get the lunch. 2 more turtles. Scales up to 26. Rumsy Rum's about to wear off. I'm gonna go ahead and drink that again. Get a little drunk. Ooh, wee, I'm tipsy. It's making me go underwater. So what happens is there's this picnic basket. I already have a buff. So we're going to go ahead and drop these things. Then eat this. Then summon. Oh, man. Okay, now I actually need to wait for that to restore a pinch too. What's my mana? It's hard to say. Okay. Now I'm going to redrop this and redrop this. Alright, let's go for it. Oh. What'd they just take out? Oh, here comes a third. Okay. See, I got his lunch. So you just need it. I think they all can have it. 3 came, and there were 49. They're called kidnappers. And the this is where the stone totem really comes in handy, though. Come on. Come on. Okay, we're down to 1. Yeah, so you just need to be able to kill at least 1, though. So if you kill 1, and I think even with my much stronger druid, I was fine. I mean, I think I died. Not fine, the opposite of that. Alright, so we did get large lunch, so that was cool. Alright, so now we can kill a couple more turtles, and we'll start making our way back. We're just going to do a few more. Let's see. Let me look at the record time. Okay, so we'll go a few more minutes. About 5 to 10 more. Oh, man. So, I think it's interesting. So there's a football podcast I really like and listen to a lot. And this podcast is usually pretty open, they'll talk about everything. There's nothing that's like too taboo for them or whatever. And they also particularly like to talk about kickers. They just like kickers. They think they don't get enough love. They blah, blah, blah. Well, there's all this Justin Tucker, arguably the best kicker ever. He's going through the same sort of sexual misconduct allegations that Deshaun Watson went through with all of these massage parlor people saying, well, he was actually a creeper when he was there. And same kind of deal where sounds like it's a pattern of behavior, and they just the alert I just got on my phone was that, you know, 7 or 8 more, something like that. More complaints just came out against him. So, I don't know how that works. I don't know who's operating behind the scenes. I'm sure there is a machine that goes in place where you start talking to these girls, especially if you're the lawyer. It behooves the lawyer to try to make the case as much as possible. So you can, for lawyers, 2 things can be true in this type of situation. You're prosecuting type of lawyer. You can be financially pursuing the case, and sometimes the case can also align with being on the right side of, you know, the morality scale. I don't think it always happens that way. But you got to figure that if we look at a case like the Deshaun Watson, I mean, I think he ultimately settled. I'm not sure. I don't remember how that worked, but he basically settled. I believe that's what happened, and so he just paid these people a bunch of money. So I feel like it's kind of a. I'm not sure exactly. I think there's a side that wants to believe this is all fake, that it's just money grabbing people, and they create a coordinated target. The general consensus among sports talk people and analysts and former players is like, they're probably not all lying. And I think I take that's telling, because a lot of those guys are former players or coaches. So I think it would be foolish to think it doesn't go on. I just think there are plenty. First of all, you're in a profession where you're constantly getting massages because your body gets beat the hell up, and so I get that. And if you're also in a situation where you make a lot of money and you have some celebrity, and there is very often situations where money will talk, and I'm sure plenty of women are totally fine with the exchange of services for that, for money. So I think if you get so isolated from the human side of it that these players, I would imagine that you almost pathologically divorce the feelings from what's going on, and you just assume, hey, I'm going to shoot my shot, and I'm going to proposition the person that's doing this job, and worst case scenario, they're not cool, and in your mind, you're like, in their mind, they're probably just like, yeah, they're just that one wasn't cool, and you move on, because probably the majority of them were like, whatever, it's whatever. And while it's kind of gross and skeevy, they're like, whatever. I mean, whatever. I make $500 or whatever it is for doing it. But the problem I think that these guys are getting into, this is not like strippers who you go to the back room and the bottle room with, and while they're already performing sexual acts on you, erotic acts, then you try to take the money to get it one step forward. I'm sure those women deal with that all the time, and will just bounce your butt if you break the rules. It's different when it's a massage person who might just be like a regular person who, sure, you are mostly unclothed and they are touching all over your body, and that's a very, I guess I could see how you have to be mature and to not let your lust carry you away. But also, we're not talking about one. That's the thing with these guys. We're not talking about one dude, one chick with Deshaun Watson and now with Justin Tucker. We're not talking about like, oh, well, this happened once. I got lost in the heat of the moment and yeah, it was a bad decision. No. For Deshaun Watson, it was like 50 girls or something like that. That came forward. And you got to figure, even if you're like, well, 75% of the time, the chicks are cool. Okay, so now we're saying, and then how many didn't come forward? You know, didn't want to be part of it. I would say probably 75% of them don't want to come forward. So you got of the ones that weren't cool with it. So you got to figure there's probably in reality hundreds, if not thousands, of situations where these dudes are whipping out their pee-pee for the massage therapist. And I think it's naive to think that some players don't do that some men aren't like that. So I don't know. I think it's also sure, it's naive to say that like no women are gold diggers out there or whatever. People are not opportunistic and seek an opportunity, if not to completely fabricate the story, then to, you know, put themselves in a situation where you know there's a chance like something like this might happen. Send mixed signals. Absolutely, I think it would be dumb to think that that kind of thing doesn't happen either. Just like there are sleazy men, there are sleazy women. So, of course. And that just muddies the water. But at the end of the day, the reason why my sympathy is so low for these guys is you just don't take your penis out. You just don't do it with a stranger. I mean, I think it's as simple as that. Just don't. Now, unfortunately, I think the players are smart enough now to be like, oh crap, like I can become a pariah and seriously hurt my career. And the other thing about Deshaun Watson, he didn't hurt his career. Like, he hurt his career from a performance standpoint because he had to take so much time off and he really sucked. And like, he never came back to being good. He was an amazing player that became crappy after all that went down. But it didn't. I'm not going to eat anymore. All right, so anyway, that was an offside that was just triggered by my phone. I just think it's crazy because he was on the path 100% to be a Hall of Fame player, old Justin Tucker, and this could surely derail all of that. And my podcast that I really like has not. It might just be because they were caught up in Super Bowl, has not talked about it at all. And they talked at length about the Deshaun Watson thing. So maybe they're just distracted. All right, guys. So we have another episode in the pipe, 5x5. We're going to pick up with this possibly later today. So if not, I'm going to do a record we'll do a short one and I'll pick it up tomorrow. But I thank you everybody so much for watching and listening and tuning in. And I'll see you guys next time on Lore of Warcraft. So peace out.